Jai Hind, dear students. I am Dr. Preeti, and here we are with the last part of the chapter, Control and Coordination. And in this part, we'll learn about the hormonal regulation in our body. We already have seen about the nervous control that helps in the control and coordination in the body. Then why we need an extra system for control and coordination? This is because of the reason that whenever we have to produce a widespread effect in our body and we want that effect to be continued for a longer duration of time, then the system that will be helping you out in that is hormonal regulation. For example, growth. The growth needs to be a continuous process and the information has to be sent to each and every cell regarding its growth. So that effect could be brought about through the hormonal regulation. Second example of that is if we have some stressful situation with us, then there has to be changes in our whole body that could be regulated by hormonal regulation. Why this hormonal regulation is able to produce such a widespread effect? Why is it able to send a message to each and every cell of our body? This is because this hormonal system that is referred to as endocrine system, and this works on the basis of some glands which are producing some hormones, and these hormones come directly into the bloodstream. These glands are known as endocrine glands because they do not have any duct. They are the ductless glands and their secretions come directly into the bloodstream. So through the bloodstream, they will be spread to all the parts of the body, to each and every part of the body. Each and every cell of the body will be getting the information that is coming through the bloodstream. That is why we have the hormonal regulation for that. Now, in endocrine system, we will learn about various endocrine glands. So let's start with the study of every endocrine gland. For a diagram, I have drawn the diagram, and later on you can take a screenshot. I'll just shift to side. So when you are drawing the diagram, I have just taken that those glands which are given in the description also. Okay, some other glands were also there in the diagram that is given in NCERT book. They have included pineal gland, thymus gland also, but the theory part of those glands is not discussed in the chapter. So here I have drawn the structure of those glands only which are discussed in the theory portion of NCERT book. Okay, usually you might be asked to explain certain endocrine glands, maybe 2 or 3, and you have to show them those glands only in your diagram. That is why I have shown those glands only. But apart from that, I will be showing you the position of those glands also which are not there in this diagram but given in your NCERT book. Okay. Now, when we are describing each and every endocrine gland, it is always better to give your answers in points. So you can give 3 points. Name of the gland, that will be definitely there, and you have to write the name of the hormone that is secreted by that particular gland, then the functions of that particular hormone, and the disorder. If that hormone is not secreted properly, then what could be the disorder that you have to mention in the description of your answer of any endocrine gland. So I'll just shift aside. You can take a screenshot so that you will be having with you that what all you need to write in any of the description. Second thing, you will be having the diagram as well. In this, I have just shown the ovary. When I explain the testis gland, I'll show that one. Okay. So first gland that we are going to take is the pituitary gland. So name of the gland on the top you will write, name of the gland is pituitary gland. Now hormone. The hormone that is secreted by pituitary gland is growth hormone. What are the functions of this hormone? As the name itself suggests that this gland is secreting growth hormone, and the growth hormone is going to regulate the growth and development of our body. Overall growth and development of our body will be regulated by the growth hormone secreted by the pituitary gland. Next is the disorder. If this growth hormone is not secreted in proper amount, then the growth of a person will not be proper and the person will be having dwarfism. Dwarfism means the height of that person will be very short. But if this hormone is secreted in excess, that is known as gigantism, or simply in your book they have written as giants. That will lead to giants because of excessive height if the growth hormone secretion is too high in the body. Okay, so that is all about the gland pituitary. Now next comes the hypothalamus gland. This pituitary gland is present in your brain. Okay, you can see that location, it's present in the brain. Next is hypothalamus gland, that is also present in the brain, and I would like to tell you that both these glands are present in the forebrain part. So next is hypothalamus gland. The hypothalamus gland produces some releasing factors. It doesn't produces actually hormones, it produces releasing factors. What are the functions of these releasing factors? These releasing factors stimulate the pituitary for its functions. So this hypothalamus gland is going to perform the function of stimulating the pituitary gland for doing its functions. Okay. There is no disorder given in your book related to hypothalamus gland. So if you are asked to explain hypothalamus gland, don't give this heading. Otherwise, the examiner will think that you forgot the disorder and you have written the heading. Okay. So just write those headings only about which you are going to describe in your answer. Now, the next gland is the thyroid gland. Thyroid gland is present in the neck region. You can see that. On Doordarshan, if you have ever observed, there used to come a ad representing goiter. Okay, so that is something related to thyroid gland. How is that related? I'll let you know. So the next gland name will be thyroid gland. The hormone that is secreted by the thyroid gland is thyroxine. Thyroxine hormone is secreted by the thyroid gland. What is the function of this thyroxine hormone? Thyroxine hormone helps to regulate the metabolism of carbohydrates, fats as well as proteins. So regulation of this of the secretion, regulation of the metabolism of your body is done by the thyroxine hormone secreted by the thyroid gland. For the synthesis of this thyroxine hormone, a raw material is required, that is iodine. You must have heard about iodized salt. So from there we get iodine in our diet, and this iodine is required for the synthesis of thyroxine hormone. If this iodine is not there in our diet, then thyroxine production will not be there, and so the person will be having a disorder known as goiter. In goiter, there is excessive swelling in the neck region. Why in the neck region? Because this thyroid gland is present in the neck region. So if the thyroxine hormone is not secreted in proper amount, then the pituitary gland stimulates the thyroid gland to produce the hormone, but it is not able to produce the thyroxine hormone because of lack of raw material, and so its size increases, and that leads to swelling in the neck region. That condition is known as goiter. Okay, so what you will write here? Name of the gland is thyroid gland, name of the hormone is thyroxine, functions metabolism of carbohydrate, fats and proteins. So it is going to regulate the body metabolism. Next is disorder. Iodine is required for the synthesis of thyroxine. If iodine is not there in our diet, then thyroxine secretion will not be there, and that will lead to a disorder known as goiter. Next gland is adrenal gland. Adrenal gland is very simple. It has many functions, but these functions are very easy to memorize. You will be learning that right now. You're listening to the video itself. So name of the gland will be adrenal gland. Name of the hormone is adrenaline hormone. Adrenaline hormone is secreted by the adrenal gland. Now what is the function of this? This adrenaline secretion increases your blood pressure, increases the heart rate, increases the respiratory rate, increases the blood supply to the muscles of your skeleton, and decreases the blood supply to the skin and digestive system. And you will say that, hold on ma'am, we are not able to learn it. How will we learn that? Okay, so I'll help you out. You just take an example. Suppose you are facing any stressful situation, like a dog is chasing you. So if a dog is chasing you, what will happen to your heart rate? It will be increased, blood pressure increased, respiratory rate will be increased. Why respiratory rate will be increased? Because you need more blood supply. to the skeletal muscles. They have to run very fast. So for running, your skeletal muscles need extra oxygen and extra blood supply, and for that reason only the blood supply, blood pressure, heart rate and respiratory rate increases, so as to supply enough of oxygen for your muscles to help them in running. So that all will be there. Apart from that, when you need extra blood to be supplied to the skeleton system, from somewhere you have to decrease the blood supply, and that is done from the digestive system. You can digest the food later on. Now, yeah, right now the dog is chasing you, so you need to run, है ना? Digestion could be kept on hold, and that could be done later on. So blood supply to digestive system decreases, and blood supply to the skin also decreases. Okay, you can even relate that. You must have heard that we become pale due to fear, है ना? डर से पीला पड़ जाना, because of the secretion of adrenaline only. When you are running, or when you are in any stressful situation, then what happens, that the blood supply to the skin decreases, and that only leads to pale color of the skin. Disorder are not mentioned for adrenal glands, so you can just leave that topic. Next is pancreas. So what is the name of the gland? That is pancreas. That will be your heading. Hormone. The hormone secreted by pancreas is insulin hormone. You must have heard someone taking insulin hormone. You must have heard that a person is suffering from diabetes and the person is advised to take less sugar. People usually say that they are suffering from sugar. उन्हें sugar हो गई है, or they call it as मुझे the doctor has advised them to take insulin. So that is all because of the improper functioning of our pancreas. Okay. So what is the name of the gland? That is pancreas. Name of the hormone is insulin hormone. Insulin hormone is secreted by the pancreas. What are the functions of this gland? What are the functions of this hormone? Insulin hormone decreases the blood sugar level. It tries to maintain that blood sugar level, and it lowers the blood sugar level. Okay, so that is a function of insulin hormone. But if the insulin hormone is not there, then this blood sugar will not be lowered and the blood sugar level will be high, and that only is known as diabetes. That disease is known as diabetes. So the disorder is diabetes. Because of lack of insulin secretion, blood sugar level will be increased, and that disease is known as diabetes. Okay. Apart from that, you must be that must come to your mind that you have read about pancreas in the digestive system also. Okay, because pancreas is a mixed gland. It produces some enzymes that helps in the process of digestion, as well as it produces some hormones that helps to regulate the blood sugar level. Okay. Now, next is the gonads, that is the testis in males and ovary in females. So one by one we'll have a look about all both of these. The name of the gland will be ovary when we're talking about the females. Name of the hormone is estrogen and progesterone. These two hormones are secreted by the ovary, estrogen and progesterone. What are the functions of these hormones? These hormones helps to bring about the changes that occur in the body of a female at the age of puberty. So those physical changes that occur at the age of puberty, that are brought about by these hormones. Apart from that, the regulation of the menstrual cycle is also helped by estrogen and progesterone. Okay. No disorders are mentioned in your book, so you need not write this heading for explaining ovary. Last one is testis. If you are asked about the testis, then no need to draw ovary. Then we can simply draw testis. So human beings have a pair of testes that is present in the scrotum. A pair of testes is there that is present in the scrotum, and this testis secretes the hormone testosterone. Testosterone is a hormone secreted by the testis. What are the functions of this hormone? Testis gland produces testosterone, and this hormone only is responsible for the changes that occur at the age of puberty in boys. So in males, whatever the changes occur at the age of puberty, like growing of beard, mustache, deepening of voice, formation of sperms, so all this will be helped by the hormone testosterone. No disorders are given, so you need not mention about the disorders. Last topic in this chapter is feedback regulation. How the secretion of these hormones is regulated in your body, that is by the feedback mechanism. Now, what is feedback mechanism? These hormones needs to be secreted in proper amount and at a proper time only. So, that is all regulated by the feedback mechanism. How will you define feedback mechanism? The exact timing and the proper amount of secretion of hormones is regulated by a system that is known as feedback mechanism. For example, if the blood sugar level increases, then that increased blood sugar will be there in your blood, and that information will reach to the pancreas as well, because the blood is going to the pancreas also. Then the pancreas will come to know that the blood sugar level is increased, so the pancreas will start producing more insulin. If insulin secretion is increased in your body, then what will be there? That blood sugar level will be lowered down, and once the blood sugar level is lowered down, then the further insulin secretion will be stopped by the body. So no more insulin will be secreted now, and the blood sugar will be maintained by this feedback mechanism. Okay. In flow chart form also you can represent that whenever there is increased, don't write like this, write complete word. Whenever there is increased blood sugar level, then the pancreas will be stimulated, and the pancreas will start producing more insulin, that will lead to lowering of, that will lower the blood sugar level, and that will stop any further insulin secretion. That will stop the further secretion of insulin. Okay, so that is about the feedback mechanism. Okay, I hope you have understood the concepts. If you have doubts from any chapters, any topic of science, then please let me know. I'll try to help you out. Okay, that's all for today. Keep studying well and scoring well. Good day, everyone.